Hey everybody, it's Scott Pinyard, head coach of This Naked Mind, and I am here to answer one of the biggest questions we get about the path, and that's this. Why is the program a whole year? I want to quit drinking now. Why does it take a year? So I want to go into this whole thing, and I'm going to talk about what the entire journey looks like. I'm going to talk about what it looks like when you're on the other end of this year. But first, let me just give you a very, very quick answer to this. Right? The Path is a program that is not only designed to help you change your relationship with alcohol, but it's also designed to help you address some of those emotional reasons that we drink in the first place. See, we've found over and over that running programs for people, the people who were the most successful long term are the people that not only went through the alcohol work, but also started trying to work on those things, those personal things that caused them stress and anxiety, that caused them difficulty in their lives, that were very big triggers for them to drink. And so, yes, we can go through a much shorter program and we can get you to the other side of alcohol. We can change your relationship with alcohol, but chances are, if you're doing this, you don't want to just change it for a month, you want to change it forever. And so to that point, we decided to make the Path an entire year. Look, our goal here is to help you build a life you don't want to escape from. And to do that takes time. And so what we do in the Path is the first part of the Path is very focused on alcohol. And it's more than half of your year. And I will actually point out most people in other times that we've done this, the vast majority of people in the program they quit drinking well before the half year mark. But we do this to change our beliefs. If you know anything about This Naked Mind, it's all about changing your thinking first. And so we do that. We set you up and we change your thinking around alcohol. But then after that, we keep going and we go after those things that are causing you anxiety and stress, those things that are causing you sadness, those things that are causing you difficulty, right? We give you tools and tactics and ways that you can change your thinking about those things so that you can experience a shift, not just about alcohol, but about your whole life. That's how we build a life that you don't want to escape from. I want to go very quickly over what is this journey? Like, what is this whole thing that we're talking about? We have sort of four phases to a typical drinking journey for people that come to us. And it is from asleep to alive. So I just kind of want to talk through all of those, and this will help also give you a sense of all of the amazing work we're going to do in there. So I want to start with asleep, right? Asleep is where we are drinking, but we don't know that we have a problem, right? We haven't even, the thought hasn't entered in our head yet, like, oh, maybe I should change this. Maybe life would be better if I wasn't this way. For me, that was very much when I was in college and just out of college. I was living the young guy lifestyle. I was in New York City. I was going to fancy bars. I was, and I was waking up with hangovers, but I just thought that's the way it was. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you're not in a sleep. Chances are you're in the next piece, which is aware. Now, aware is painful. Aware is where we know that we want to make a change, but we can't seem to find a way to do it, right? So aware is when, hey, I really want to change. I really want to change my drinking, but every time I try, I find that I'm drinking just as much or maybe even more, right? This is the phase where we beat ourselves up and we're super harsh on ourselves because we haven't made this change that we want to make. And research shows that on average, people spend 5 to 6 years in alive, 5 to 6, or in aware, 5 to 6 years in this painful stage of aware that hurts, of repeated quitting attempts, of beating ourselves up, of our family and our friends asking us, when are you going to make this change, of us just feeling awful. So that's likely where you're at. Maybe you're a few days in, maybe you're years in. I've talked to people that have said that they were in this stage of aware for over a decade. So aware is where we start. And aware eventually goes to awake. Right? And awake is amazing. Awake is when we're in this place where we know we want to make a change around our drinking. We can live alcohol free and it feels great, right? We're finally at a place where we can, with effort, live alcohol free. Now, here's the thing. When you're in awake, it still takes effort. It still takes mental and emotional energy for you to not drink. Now, is that bad? Not at all, because you're not drinking, right? That's amazing. But if you remember what I said at the beginning of this, we want to help you build a life that you don't want to escape from. And that's where the last piece comes in, where we go from awake to alive. And alive is effortless enjoyment of your alcohol-free life. Alive is where being involved in day-to-day activities, you don't even think about alcohol. It's not something that even pops into your mind. You know, I remember the first time I went to the grocery store and just didn't even think to get wine, right? Didn't even think to get scotch or beer, right? That happens when you enter into the phase of alive, and it is this effortless enjoyment. But here's the thing, folks, we can't get to alive until we get to awake, right? And once we're in awake, we have to deal with the underlying things that are still triggering us, that are still causing us stress. That's what we do in the path. We start over here at aware and we say, you know what, we want to make a change, and we work with you on amazing content that is around alcohol, its effects on you, its effects on your life. We help you shift your thinking around alcohol. We get you to this place of awake and you feel great, but we are not done, right? When we get to this place of awake, we then keep going, right? We work on our thoughts about ourselves and the world. We work on the things that continue to bother us, and we give you new tools, new ways of looking at things, continued coaching to get you into alive, to where not drinking is something you don't even think about. Right? It doesn't even enter your mind. You go to a bar and you just order a Coke, right? You don't think, oh man, should I drink this time? Should I not? Right? That's normal when we're just starting off this process. But we have a plan to get you to the place where it is effortless enjoyment. Alive is the focus of this program. We don't just want to get you to the other side of alcohol. We want to get you to the other side of alcohol and have you loving your life. And we can do this. We have done this with hundreds of people. And we would love to have you join us. If you remember a little bit earlier, I was talking about when we're over here at aware that it's painful, right? That it hurts, that we want to make this change and we don't know how. And I mentioned that people typically spend 5 to 6 years. How would you like to trade 1 year for that 5 to 6 years of pain? Right? Chances are it's been a while for you. You're in aware already. You've probably been there. And how long have you been there? Right? How long have you been in that painful space of saying, I really want to make a change, but I just can't seem to figure out how to do it? For successive quit attempts that you beat yourself up for and you feel terrible about, right? Look at all of that time. Compared to that, a year's nothing. Right? A year to get not only to the other side of alcohol, but to be feeling amazing, to have a whole new outlook and set of tools that you can use in your life to build a life that you don't want to escape from. That, friends, is why it takes a year. Because we aren't just going to help you put alcohol behind you. We're going to help you put alcohol behind you and build a life that you are excited to wake up for every morning. And to be honest with you, we don't even talk about alcohol the full year, right? It's 6 months or earlier that people are putting alcohol behind them, and then we're on to this additional work. So I encourage you, if this sounds good to you, if you want to get to alive, if you want to get to effortless enjoyment of an alcohol-free lifestyle, if you want to get rid of this gnawing, nagging thing in your mind that is telling you have to quit, if you want to do that, then I highly recommend you go to nakedmindpath.com and check it out. We have an amazing program for you. There is live coaching. Lives like this one, right? Where we have coaches going live 7 days a week, and they are going to be answering your questions. They're going to be talking about your experience. We have coaching calls. These lives are great, but you know what's better? When we're all on a call together. When I can actually talk to you, when you can actually talk to me, right? Though the coaches that are in there are there to help you work through all of the things that you're feeling, all of the road bumps that come up for you, not only to get to make alcohol small and irrelevant, but also to work into this place of alive. This is a shortcut. This is a shortcut to alive. Could you get there on your own? Yes, absolutely. It will take you a long time. Ask Annie and I. Right? We've been able to get there, but it's been years and years. We want to get you there in a year, and we know how. So you're going to have these amazing coaching. You're going to have incredible content. This content, both the quit alcohol or changing our thinking on alcohol content, as well as the content that helps you get into alive, is all designed to help you work on your thinking, to change the way that you are seeing yourself, to change the stories that you're telling yourself about you that are holding you back, that are making you feel bad, right? So we've got content, we've got coaching, we have an incredible community. In this community, you are going to be placed with people who are at the same point in the journey that you're on. You're going to be going through this content together. You're going to be connecting around shared journeys and shared things. Like, I can't tell you how many times in one of these programs someone tells a story like, I just can't seem to watch a football game without wanting a drink, or I just can't seem to go out with my girlfriends without having a glass of wine. And so many people are like, oh man, me too. I get that. Right? That's community. You can talk about those things. And that's also connection. And we've seen over and over and over that successfully going through a program like this, community and connection are huge. They are the support above and beyond the coaching, above and beyond the support that you have in your own life that can make all the difference. So if you are interested, please head on over to nakedmindpath.com. You can find out a whole bunch more information there. We've got testimonials. We've got just all the info that you need to get this community content, coaching, and connection, to get you from aware firmly and squarely into alive, to where alcohol just doesn't even enter your mind at all. So if that sounds good to you, head on over to nakedmindpath.com, and I will see you in the path.